We're going to talk about better sex for couples.
For couples. Welcome to MarcusG.TV. I'm Chef Marcus Guiliano.
And I'm Jamie.
And Jamie is back, sitting next to me.
I am.
You took a long time off.
I did.
Yeah.
Not on purpose.
Not on purpose.
I don't know how it happened, though.
So we're going to talk today. You sent me an article from wellandgood.com, and it is a sex article. And do you want to read this and talk about it? Maybe we can relate our own personal experiences.
The title is The One Thing That Couples Who Have Better Sex Do. So let's see. Familiarity breeds contempt, or so goes the old expression. But according to a new study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, that doesn't have to be the case. Good news for those who just gave their partner the side eye. Rather, couples who are attentive to each other still have good sex. Aha. Attentive. So your sex life with your longtime partner doesn't have to dry up and become non-existent as the years go by, as all romantic comedies seem to tell us they do. Instead, you can keep your sex life alive and flourishing by really paying attention to your partner's needs. People who perceive their partner as responsive believe that their partner understands and appreciates their needs as well as reacts supportively to their goals, says lead study author Garrett E. Birnbaum, PhD. Engage in mutual conversation and listen with an open mind. Really listen, without interrupting or prejudging or showing off. She adds in an interview with Thyme. Then do one's best to give the partner's needs, wishes, and desires every bit as much importance, if not even more, than one's own. Responsiveness, according to the study, is an intimacy-building behavior that makes your significant other feel special and valuable, which leads to them to sexually desire you more. Hey, it makes sense. Who feels attracted to a partner who doesn't respond to texts? So if you're looking to keep the romance alive in the bedroom, listen to your partner and give them the emotional response they need. And even if you're busy, remember, keep up with your texts. We know, it's a problem. In a pinch, we've got a few emojis you might want to use. So we can kind of relate to this.
Yeah.
I think we actually just had a conversation.
We did.
Just recently about being more attentive and responsive and things like that, didn't we?
Yep, and I sat there and listened to you.
You sure did.
I listened to you. I did not interrupt you. I did not. I said, this is about you. And I actually said something to you first.
But it's only taken 26 years.
I'm
just kidding.
I actually said to you, while we were laying in bed, what's on your mind?
Right.
Tell me what's going on.
Right.
And I just sat there and I listened.
I've been feeling a little down.
Been feeling a little down.
Feeling a little, just frustrated
with some things.
Yeah, life.
Yeah,
I mean, just life in general. So
a lot is on your plate and my plate.
Yes.
And I just said, hey, tell me what's going on. And I just listened to you. And I didn't say anything. And you said some things that you pointed out at me that were wrong, that you felt that I was doing wrong. Yes. So I just listened. And I didn't even respond to you because it wasn't about me standing up for myself. Right. It was about you just listening, about you just talking.
And I was really impressed. It actually really impressed me, and it actually attracted me more to you.
So we've been together how long?
26 years. It'll be 27 years in October.
And we married 19.
19 years in July.
Yep. And we don't understand how couples don't have sex.
Right.
It
boggles my mind.
Yeah, boggles our mind when we hear couples like, oh, we have sex once a month.
Or once every couple of weeks, or,
And it's just because I have to. It's like a have to thing.
Right.
For the other partner.
And these couples haven't been together as long as us.
No. Some of them have been married 10 years, 7 years, 5 years, 15 years. And it's just, I feel really bad.
I do. I say that to you quite a bit. I feel really bad.
Not only for the person who wants the sex who's not getting it, which is usually the male.
Right.
But for the female who's just not able to express herself or enjoy herself or be able just to have that time with her significant other.
Right.
I think it's a shame that when I hear that, it's just so. And you hear people, we don't even sleep in the same bed together.
Yeah, that's crazy. I can't imagine not sleeping in bed with you at night. So to me, that's crazy. But I think it's really important for couples to communicate, to talk. And the more, I think, for me at least, you know, and I've told you this before, the more we sit and talk to each other and we hear each other and we're listening to each other, the more attracted I am to you.
Right. Which maybe that's why when people always say, "Oh, there's nothing beats," you know, of after a fight, sex, right? People say nothing. You know, the makeup sex. That's a term I'm looking. They then make up, maybe because they just spent 2 hours listening to each other,
or fighting,
fighting and listening to each other is why the makeup sex is so good.
Right.
But try to have makeup sex without having to fight.
Let's just have makeup sex tonight. Yeah, but I do. I think it's really important to listen to each other and to hear each other, because nobody's perfect. Right? Relationships aren't perfect, and what you do is not going to be the same thing that I'm going to do, and what I do is not going to be what you do. And so what we did talk about was things that I needed from you that maybe you weren't giving me, and maybe you feel that you're giving them to me, but it was something that I needed to get off my chest and talk to you about and have that open conversation.
I think expectations are super important because we all, you know,
we all have different expectations.
We all want the fairy tale.
Of course,
and especially women, they want the fairy tale. They want everything being so perfect, and you feed off of other people when you fight. You hear your girlfriend saying, "Oh, my husband doesn't do this.
Right.
My husband doesn't do that."
Or Facebook, right? You see all the great things that these husbands are doing. You never hear about the bad stuff, right? And so you're like, well, why doesn't my husband do that?
Or you listen to your friends.
And I'm just as guilty, right? I always expect a really great message on Facebook on my birthday or anniversary, or, you know, just every once in a while, but it doesn't happen. And so that's just not the type of person that you are. You don't do that. And so I have to remember that. And you do it on occasion with a little hint and reminder.
I'll do some nice messages.
Yes.
But they're not there first thing in the morning.
Right.
They're there like 6, 7 o'clock at night.
Or 11 o'clock. Or 11:59 before the deadline. But the point is, we see all of this, and we want what other people have, right?
Or so-called have.
Or what we see they have. And when we're not getting it, we get upset. And so you're right. Everybody wants that fairy tale, and I think fairy tales don't really exist. I mean, I'm sure there are some out there.
It exists.
But it's what you
it exists with your own expectations, and some people choose to get mad over the stupidest things.
And you know what? For years we used to get mad over stupid things, you know, and it's taken us a long time to get past that not getting mad. And I always say to you, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Right.
Right? Or I'm just upset.
I'm just upset.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad at you. I still love you. You're still my husband. I still love you. But I'm upset.
Right.
Because this is the way it made me feel. And do we do it all the time? No.
Your grandmother was good with that.
My grandmother.
She would always say, "Tell the person how you feel. How did they make you feel?"
Right.
You say about your feelings, because honestly, when I do something, I don't really
You're not
realize
doing it on purpose.
I don't really realize how you're going to feel. But if you say, "Hey, that really hurt me, and here's why that hurt me," well, I would say to myself, "Well, I don't want to hurt my wife."
Right.
That's the last thing I want to do.
Nobody goes out there intentionally to hurt somebody.
Yeah, but if you attack me back,
right,
then I'm going to stand up for...
You're going to put a defense mechanism up, and you're going to defend yourself. And I do that too, right?
Right.
When we do something wrong. You know what? I'm sorry. I did something stupid, or I said something that I shouldn't have said, or whatever it might be. And we're not perfect.
No.
You know,
we're not, we fight.
By no means are we perfect.
We fight. We carry things on sometimes too long. But, you know...
But I think the more that couples talk to each other, the better the sex is going to be.
100%.
Which is what this article is about.
I try to make a daily practice of walking up to you, grabbing you, telling you how beautiful you are. Mm-hmm. So my lack of putting something on Facebook at 6 a.m. for your birthday, I'm hoping is being made up by my everyday touching you, grabbing you, appreciating you.
Right.
And I mean, I hope I'm touching you and grabbing you. And I try to every single day. Mm-hmm. I mean, I look at you and
today at all.
I didn't.
No, I'm kidding.
Let's turn the camera off. So I mean, I'm honestly in awe over you still. After 26 years, I loved you. When you walked in the restaurant last night, all dressed up, you were gorgeous, beautiful, stunning. And you know, I just go over and I grab you. When I would go work out with you at the gym, I look at you and I'm like, you are so sexy and strong and fit and smart. And it drives me crazy. it makes me just, it turns me on to you, first of all. And it's just, I'm proud to have you as my wife. And it's just, I want to grab you, and I want to touch you, and I want to just express to you how I feel.
And I feel the same way. I walk in and see you hard at work, or, doing something, or when you touch me, you're also the same,
And we use emojis a lot.
We do.
A lot of emojis, a lot of
and you know what? We
blowing
learned
kisses.
also with text messaging, because things can be taken the wrong way, right? So I'll just kind of add that in there. If you're saying something and being sarcastic, or just saying something that might come across as being not so nice, like, did you take the laundry out? Put a
smiley
baby smiley face.
For us it's
kiss.
For us it's ETA.
Right.
You type in ETA, and that can mean ETA or ETA.
What's your estimated time of arrival?
Why aren't you here? Or I can't wait to see you, right?
Right.
That ETA can mean so
many things.
Drastic on both sides.
Right.
So ETA, smiley face.
And sometimes you'll say, well, what did you mean by that?
What did you mean by that? Right?
Right.
So.
And I'm like, I'm not mad. I'm just waiting for you. Or, whatever it might be.
So throwing that smiley face in goes a long, long, long way.
And I think it's interesting that that people, because we are in a time that everybody wants instant everything. And so if I don't hear back from you, well, what's he doing? What's more important than texting me back? Or, but think of it as they're busy doing something. And you know what? Just send I'll be right back, or I'll be there in a minute, or whatever it might be.
Unless you're driving.
Unless you're driving. Right?
Unless you're driving, of course.
If you're driving, I never expect any messages.
Right. And if I'm driving somewhere.
Yes.
It's not like.
Right.
I mean.
Yeah.
I think the one thing for us that's really cool is we get to spend every day together and work.
We do.
And
Which could be very trying at times.
It's challenging from time to time because, you and I have sort of our split jobs here in the restaurant. But when it comes to making big decisions, it's like you're never in charge of that one decision, or I'm never in charge. We rely upon each other. Right. And like, I'll come to you and say, I want to spend $800 on this because it's going to bring business in the door. And you look at me and say, no, it's not.
$800 right
You're
now.
like, we're not spending $800 on that. Do you think it's going to get us that much business? I'm like, yes. You're like, well, we're not spending $800 on that right now. So I'm convinced in my world, in my perception,
your world is your world.
That $800 is going to
my world.
Right. So that's when the trying time happens of, and that's really where you have to start listening to the other person.
Right.
And I got to tell you, I give in a lot of things. I know you give in on a lot of things, and it's, do you want to be right or do you want to be in love? And we want to be right, but we also want to be in love. So I think it's a balance of.
Well, when you work with somebody.
Of honoring the other person.
That can be kind of, tough too. So.
Yeah, because we do have two different roles here.
We do.
I buy and spend money, and you pay for it.
Right.
And if there's no money to pay for it.
Then you can't buy it.
Then I can't buy it, and I get in trouble for buying it.
Right.
So, but a lot of the times I've already bought it.
And then you tell me.
And then I tell you, and then you're just like, well, I don't have money for that. It's not in the budget.
Right.
And I'm like, but we really needed it.
Right.
So
it can be tough sometimes.
So relationships, healthy sexual relationships. I mean,
talk to your partner. Talk about things, and
there's benefits to having sex too.
Of course there are.
There's a lot of benefits to having sex. Health benefits really keeps you young. There's a lot. You can do Google searches. Maybe we'll do some videos on the benefits of sex. So, yep. I'm Chef Marcus Guiliano.
And Jamie.
Thanks for watching. If you like. I'm listening.
Press like or subscribe and pass it on.
Leave us a comment too.